Perhaps you can't find nice fender pieces that match the color of your bike, so you're left with options like this, where it works, but it's not the right color. Hello, welcome to DA Garage. I'm David. Do you have an older motorcycle that it's really hard to find cosmetic parts for? I'm gonna help you out here a little bit. Go from something that looks like this to something that looks like this. Yes, I painted that about an hour ago. I know that finding the right part for your older motorcycle, like this one, can be a bit of a challenge, and sometimes the only option that you have is kind of like the fender that's right behind me that you can see is not color matched. But yeah, search eBay and you just can't find it, and check a few months later and it's still not there. Some parts are almost impossible to find. So in the case of this with painting, I'm going to show you how cheap and easy it is to be able to buy something that works like that silver fender, and we're going to paint it, make it look nice and pretty. No one will know the difference. All I needed to make that possible was some color match, clear coat, scuffing pad, sanding block. Might actually not be necessary for you, depends on the severity of your fenders. Towel, painter's tape, and of course some plastic, just to cover up the areas that you don't want to paint. If it's possible, find the paint codes for the color that you want to match. If you can't do that, try to get one of the fenders that's from your bike. The reason I don't have this one on here is because it's broken. But you'll want to take this into the store with you so you can match the color that you want in the rattle can. I've taken the mismatched fender off so we can paint it. Here it is. This is actually, this part of it anyways, is in good condition, so it's not going to take a lot of prep work to clean up. Yours might vary a little bit, but you do want to have the surface that you're painting as clean and free of debris as possible. That way you could get good, smooth, shiny adherence with the paint. Alright, it's clean. I'm going to take my scuff pad because it's in good shape, and the area that I'm going to paint, which is this up here, you're just going to scuff over, and that will help the paint to stick to it. Also, just want to note that when you are cleaning these, it actually is a fine idea to use detergents like a dishwashing detergent, and the reason is because those have ingredients to strip away any sorts of grease, or if there was wax or some other sort of substance like that that was on the fender. You want to remove all that because you don't want the paint sticking to the wax or whatever it is that's on here. You actually want it adhering to the plastic. So that's why we clean it so thoroughly and then scuff it. The scuffing actually helps the paint to stick. Since I do have that scuffed, so this is actually ready to go, we don't want to touch it just because of the oils that are on our fingers and stuff. So we want to keep it as clean as possible. No oils, waxes, anything like that. But this is ready to go now. Alright, time for a very important step. You want to make sure that you get this right as possible so you don't have any paint going in areas that you don't want the paint. So do this one very well, take your time with it, and it'll be fine. Okay, tape line is set. Make sure that it's pressed nice and firmly right on the edge that you want. You don't want any paint to leak past that. So especially your leading edge is very important. But now we will take our plastic and we're going to put the plastic down here, because in this case I don't want to be painting down here. So we're going to bring everything down here and cover that all up. Good, it's all covered. Now this might not seem important, but you don't want to leave any areas exposed. Like this piece of tape that I have right here, this was covering up just a small piece of exposed fender. And it seems like there won't be any issues because you're only spraying this small area, but I guarantee you there will be overspray that gets onto any exposed spots. So please just cover your entire work area up. Okay, grab your piece. And I'm setting it up on my cool little painting table. It actually is really convenient having something like this. That way you can set your projects up on there, and it gives you, full range all the way around, underneath, over, whatever, to paint whatever it is that you're painting. Gotta make sure that you shake your rattle can up nice and good. That way you get all your colors and polymers and whatever technical term and stuff all good and ready to paint. Okay, yeah, so we're ready. Giving it a good shake. And this is the way that I do it. I'm sure that there are some professional painters out there right now that I can already hear them hitting the dislike button. That's not the way that you do it. But this is how I do it, and with my experience, it's been working. So, anyways, approximately 8 inches away from your subject, and well, test spray, make sure that you don't have any globs shooting out of there, and move across about 8 inches away like that. You don't want to stop at one point, you don't want to go faster, slow down at any point. You just want to have a consistent cross like that, and you can cross back. Some people say that they just go one direction, so they'll spray this way, they'll come back, spray this way again, come back, spray this way again. As you can see, I will actually spray that way and then spray this way. Yes, you're not going to see coverage immediately, but you don't want to, because then you're applying it too thick and then you're going to get a lot of orange peel and clumping, and it's just not going to look good. So you're going to have to make several passes depending on your conditions and the spray can. You may have to make a little bit of adjustments with your distances, but that is the general way that I do it. There, as you can see, it's starting to get some color, and I've just been doing the same thing that I explained earlier, about 8 inches back and just making passes. It does build up, as you can see, over time. It actually looks way darker in the video than it does in person. The color match is pretty good, but yes, it does look a lot darker in here. Anyways, this is looking good right here, so we will continue. Since I don't have a clean room, and you probably don't either, you're most likely going to have imperfections that will pop up, little various bits here and there. What I'm going to do to combat that is let this cure a little bit, approximately 20 minutes, and then I'm going to take that scuffing pad again, and then just very lightly you're going to run over with the scuffing pad just to smooth it and clear it again, and then we're going to do the same painting process over that one more time. Second coat is applied, so I'm going to take the scuffing pad again and just very lightly get it nice and smooth. Then we'll apply the clear. Clear. Alright, apply it the same way that we've been applying all this other stuff. Notice too that I don't start spraying immediately over it. I'll actually start spraying before I reach it. So from end to end you're already spraying, because if you start at the very beginning, you're gonna glob up there, and then you're gonna have too much material on one end. Clear coat is dried and looks great, so let's pull it back and do the reveal. Very nice indeed. So that one is an original fender, and this is my repainted one. Looks pretty nice. There you go. Looks good. Well, there you go. That's how you paint any plastic fenders that you may have for your old bike. So yeah, it doesn't have to be the specific bike. It can be any plastics for your specific bike. And as you can see, it's easy. It just takes a little bit of time, but it's easy, it's cheap. Instead of having to spend $200, $300 on some really rare fenders that you might happen to find on eBay, if you do find them, did this for 20 bucks, and it looks good. I mean, yeah, no one's gonna know the difference. Came out great, and it's easy to do. So I hope you enjoyed that, found that useful, and if you liked that video, definitely feel free to comment, ask questions if you have any. Please give it a like if you liked it, of course, and I hope you did. Also, I have a lot of different types of videos about cars and motorcycles, not just how-tos like this. So feel free to check out my channel. Yeah, I got all sorts of stuff about cars and motorcycles. I love them. I've always loved things on wheels, stuff that goes fast. So feel free to check out my channel. I'm sure you'll find something on there that you enjoy. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.